Okay, so this is a video on how to run filters. Now, it doesn't matter what table you're in or what information you're looking for, filters all work the same way. But for example, we're going to do it in the jobs table. Now, you can start in any view, or you can start in something that shows you everything and go from there. So what you're going to do is go in, so right now I'm in the Junk Van app and the jobs table. The view doesn't really matter because I'm going to be changing it. So I'm going to be renaming it or something like that, or saving over one that I need to change. So you can go to all views and then you can choose one that shows you all of the information. So down here, all jobs, all fields. So you can launch that one so that you're starting from scratch. The other thing that you can do is just take any existing view and delete the filters that are in it so that basically you're starting from scratch. Either of those two things will work. So I'm just going to use the jobs table because it's probably the one that you're going to be filtering the most. But you can do this in any other table, a customer information table. It all just depends on what information you're looking for. So right now this is showing me every job in the whole system because there's no filters applied. So this is what filters are for. So you click Modify View, and the first tab here is what fields do you want to see. So if they're all selected and you only want to see a couple, you can go down to the bottom and click Uncheck All. It's a little bit easier to go through and choose what you want rather than unselecting everything. So let's say, for example, you're running a filter for all the jobs that were less than $10 in the last month. So all the jobs that were less than $10 in the last month. And that's from all the cities across the country. Now, you probably just want to see a little bit of information to start with, just kind of see how many there are. So you want to see the job ID because that's the most unique thing about any record. Maybe you want to see the job office, and what you can do here is you can have it filter it by job office, like it can sort it by the job office, and you can have a count at the bottom so that you can see in each city how many jobs were there under $10. So this is just how you sort the information. You can do it by job office. You can do it by whatever you want. So you just click the check mark next to it and then choose it as first. You can sort it by two different things also. So you can have it first sorted by job office, and then most common, probably the other one is job date. So you could show the job date. You could sort that by second. So inside, it would show you first like Calgary, and then it would split it down by like every single day that there were jobs booked. So for me, I just want to see the job office, and I want to see the balance due and the job ID. So once I know the fields that I want to show up here, so these are the fields here, then we're going to go to filters, and this is how you choose what information TrackView is going to show you. So I want to show all jobs that were less than $10 for the last month. So let's start with balance due is less than we're going to use balance received because we want ones that have already been paid. So balance received is less than $10. Add. And we could also do balance due. So if we want to see jobs that have been paid and jobs that haven't been paid. But what we're going to do for now is just all the jobs that have been paid that are less than $10. So first thing, less than $10 for balance received. And then you want to do it in the last month. So you want to do job date is equal to last month. Now, if that's not specific enough for you, you can have it be, like for example, you could do, if we want to do from the 1st of April to the last day of April. So you could do after or equal to the date, April 1st. And then you would need to do another job date is before or equal to the last day of April. And that way it gets every single day within April, because you've said this one is after or equal to and this one is before or equal to. And that makes sure that you don't miss any days inside of April. And you always have to make sure you hit add at the end of this, or if you just hit apply and close, it won't save that last one that you haven't added. So that's going to show us balance received less than $10 for the whole month of April. But a couple of things you want to think about is that you don't want to see jobs that are rebooked and jobs that are canceled, because they're not actually done. So jobs need to be rebooked. If there's a check mark in it, it needs to be rebooked. So you want there to not be a check mark in it. And the same thing goes for canceled jobs. You want there to not be a check mark in canceled, because if there is a check mark in canceled, then it's canceled. So this is where you can say all of these things have to be true, or only one of them does. You can also group them together. So you could say the balance received has to be less than $10, and the job date has to be after or equal to the 1st of April. And all of these things. Or you could have it, these things both have to be true, and this stuff doesn't have to be true. So just so you know, that's what that's for. I'm just gonna ungroup these because I want them to all be together. All right, so apply and close. It's just going to take a second. So there you go. It's showing me all the job IDs, the balance dues, and the job office. And it's splitting them by job office. So first Calgary has 45, and then Edmonton has 14, and then you would just go to the next page to see the rest. Now, if you think this is a view you're going to use on a regular basis, you would click Save As, name it whatever you like, and if you want it to show up on this page, this home page here, you click Add to Favorite Views if you think it's going to be a view you're going to use all the time. Most of the time, though, if you're just looking at it for a quick informational, you're going to hit Discard, and all those filters you ran will disappear.